I'm going to talk about how to get started on a painting. The first thing I'm going to do is to put in my my darks. So I'm going to use my alizarin crimson, and I'm going to look on here and find out where those darks are. So acrylics dry fast, so you have to work fast with them. So I'm going to do one pepper at a time. Now I'm going to go into the middle color, which is going to be this cad red. And I'm just going to like squish it right into the edges of that darker red. And all we're doing is figuring out exactly where the colors are going to go and where the values are going to go. Okay, we've got a little bit of this red right in here. And a little bit right here on the very top of that other dark, on the top of that dark red. And now we're going to go to the light red. Okay. Throw in a little more dark here so I can see it better. It's coming along. Okay. The next thing we're going to go into this one. This is a lot more dark. I don't want a lot of paint on this. When I paint, I use a lot of paint, but when I'm doing this underpainting, which is basically helping me figure out where my values are going to be. Okay, I'm going to have some of the medium red right here because I'm getting reflections off of this. So this is going to not be as dark as you would think it would be, simply because this other red is reflecting onto it. And get that in there. This is a very large canvas, so I'm using a large brush. Okay, right here you can see, okay, I've noticed that the two colors that I'm using aren't working as well as I want them to. So what I need to do is go and lighten this area. So I'm just going to throw some yellow into it. And that's going to give me, that's going to show me that this is going to have to be lighter than this in here. And now I'm going to come up here with this lighter red on the top of this pepper, because that's where the most of the light is going to be. A little bit of white and a little bit of yellow to emphasize this highlight that's right around along the ridge of this pepper. And it's going to be a much lighter right in here, so I'm going to throw in some of that yellow in with my cad red light to emphasize the lightness of this part of the pepper. And go right into the edge of that darker red. I'm going to go in and fill in right in here with this medium red. Now we're getting a better feel. You can start to see the shape of these peppers. Now we're going to do this last one. And have a shadow right here, coming right around the edge of here. And there's more right in here. And then there's some dark in here showing a bit of a dent in that pepper. Peppers aren't really smooth, real smooth. So there's a bit of a dent in that pepper right there. Now I'm going to pull out my medium red and start filling in this area. I'm going to put just a little bit of the darker red with it because it's not totally the medium color. It's got a little bit, it's still got a little bit of the darkness in it. And sometimes you're going to find where you don't have three distinct levels. Okay, we got to have red in here. Get back into that dark right here next to the other pepper where we're getting a bit of a shadow. But up here on the top, we've got that light again, where the light is hitting on the pepper. The lightest part of the pepper is right up here, where the light's hitting on it. And it's washing the color out of the red. Getting that yellow in with that red, light red, so that we get some really, really good highlights coming around. And then right in here, we've got another bit of a highlight coming in this part where we still got the top of the pepper. I'm kind of painting around the stem right here. Okay, we've now got pretty much the shape of the peppers themselves. And there's some dark here. It's dark on this side. Now, the photograph that I'm using has the stem going up this way, but for design purposes, I needed the stem to come down here. That's why painting is better than a photograph. Oh, I can paint something that's absolutely and completely photographic, but I have a camera for that. So, when you need to change the way nature put things out there, you've got paint. Now I'm putting a little yellow in my green to get these highlight areas. It's going to be a lot of highlight, a light green up here on the top of this pepper. And there's going to be some light on the side of this pepper stem. And the inside is going to be a little darker, so I'm just going to throw some red and some green into that little area, just to remind myself. Now we've got one more top down here. Now this one is in a lot of shadow, so we're going to put a lot of dark green into this one. I'm using sap green right now. And I'm going to put just a tiny bit of red with the green right here. And in a few places in here. Just because that's what makes green darker, is its complement, which is red. And now we're going to throw in some lighter green. Grab this yellow. And we're going to come out with some light green here. The inside of here, different color. I'm going to throw in a little shadow right there where the stem twists. Okay, we've got our peppers down. Now let's put a little shadow on them, under them. God in His infinite wisdom gave us diazonine purple. And I call this the gift of the gods. It's what God really wanted shadows to be, I think. So I'm going to put some diazonine purple here, and I'm going to throw in some of this alizarin crimson so I can get some of these areas a little darker. And right along the edge, of the pepper is where I need it to be really, really dark. Sometimes I'll come back later and make that area darker with some blue. Don't use black. Only use black if you absolutely and positively have to. Darker shadow right in here. Shadow of that stem coming out this way. Shadow of this. Throw a little bit of yellow in there. This is a pretty bright shadow. This will be toned down quite a bit, but this is just giving us an idea of where. I'm going to throw some red in here because there's a lot of red in that shadow. Because we're getting reflections. We're getting reflections from this. So I'm going to throw in some red into this shadow down here where the light's going to be hitting here and reflecting back down into the shadow. Okay, we've got another shadow coming in right here. Under this pepper. Same thing, we're going to go in here and get a little darker red. Darker purple. I was going to put some red into the purple to make it a darker. That's not working too good. I'm going to throw some, a little bit of green in there. Okay, I don't like that. Okay. Get out that alizarin crimson again. I was giving out of it. Okay, you're not supposed to really do that, but I'm in a hurry. Because I don't want this to start drying up. I'm going to put dark purple right in here by putting some of that alizarin crimson into it. Right here in this. And then right along the edge of this pepper, also we want really dark